Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. The next round is all about the music of 2015. Naked images of Justin Bieber hit the internet. Not the first time I've seen a photo of Justin Bieber and thought, what a dick. On Adele's first single for 3 years, she sings, I must have called 1,000 times. I assume the next line is, have you been missold PPI? To celebrate his 3 sell-out Wembley shows, Ed Sheeran had a huge lion tattooed on his chest. It seemed like a good idea at the time, until he was gunned down by a dentist. Right, time for some more questions. It's the music round, David.
I'm worried about that.
What, it being the music round?
Yeah.
No, you were David Mitchell, you haven't got a problem. OK, for our first question, I want you to take a look at this clip of some people who are a bit down in the dumps. My question is simple. Why are they so upset? Take a look.
I can't handle this. I need to stop crying. It's not funny. I want to press the button so hard and rewind back like 3 years ago.
I'd like to apologize for you fucking dirty, piece of shit.
Why were they filming that?
Because
They were very sad.
No, it's because they're towering narcissists.
Everybody films everything now. If it's not filmed, it's not happening.
Can I just say I'm slightly perturbed by seeing my husband at the end of it? I had no idea.
OK, so you all got something there? All right, for our next question, it's over to the one and only Jon Snow. He's reporting on one of the biggest songs of the year, but what is it? Over to you, Jon.
In an unprecedented legal case, a 29-year-old Canadian man has sued his ex-partner for emotional distress after she ceased contacting him on his cell phone. The man told the court that she had previously placed regular nightly calls to him, calls that could only mean one thing. But since he'd left the city, all communication had been terminated. The prosecution alleged that the lack of calls had left the man down and stressed out, and that all he does these days is wonder if his former girlfriend is bending over backwards or indeed rolling up her backwards for someone else. Taking the stand, the plaintiff summed up his case, explaining, you used to call me on my... You used to... Yeah. Back to you, Jimmy.
Why don't we get this answer?
Yes, yeah. Let's deliberately...
Yeah, we don't know this, so let's both deliberately get it wrong and then take the power away from the man and get everything back.
The point.
Yeah, OK.
Thanks. Great.
That assumes we know the answer to this.
Do you not know the answer?
It's borderline. I think there's going to be quibble over this.
Quibble?
Quibble.
There'll be no quibble. I mean, if you got it right, you got it right.
Well, that's happened before.
All right, so next up, Kanye West headlined the Pyramid Stage at Glastonbury with a rather divisive performance. What I want to know is, what did he describe himself as during his set? So he described himself on stage.
Biggest star in the world.
For our next question, it's over to X Factor judge Rita Ora. Rita Ora, David. You know.
Wow!
Hiya, Jimmy. How are you? Now, life as a pop star can be tough, and my mate Enrique Iglesias ended up in hospital recently by having a bizarre accident on stage. But what happened?
Yeah. He had an... I know this.
Well, I mean, that's very much how this works. And finally, in March, Jay-Z and a host of his celebrity pals...
Oh, yes.
Jay-Z, yes. A host of his celebrity pals, Jay-Z's pals, the other letters, F and X. Yeah. Or I'd say Jay-Z myself, but, you know... Not to his face.
Did you spend a lot of time with him?
No. No.
Fair enough.
Well, I don't know, actually, because I don't know who he is.
That's ironic. When I saw David in makeup earlier, I said, how are you? And he said, I'm photo shoot fresh, looking like wealth. I'm about to call the paparazzi on myself, which is a Jay-Z lyric.
I did say...
Finally, in March, Jay-Z and a host of his celebrity pals launched a music streaming service this year that promised to be a moment that will forever change the course of music history. Can you remember what it was called?
Well, I got...
Yes.
Oh, you do? Good.
When Richard and I were in Russia together, Richard did an incredible impression of Roland Dorzabel from Tears for Fears.
Yeah.
But he genuinely did. I suspect the chance of him replicating it now are minimal, but I just thought I'd say I saw it. It was incredible.
Richard, please.
I'll pick a moment later on, and if it's as good as Greg says, we'll all know what's happened. See, though, how I resisted peer pressure.
Yes.
Let's have some answers. First of all, I showed you a collection of grief-stricken fans. What did you think they were upset about?
They were very upset about the One Direction news. They were upset about changes to the status quo of One Direction.
No, yeah, but...
You've got to plump for one or the other.
I don't think you do. They were... This is the... Now, we see, we're back into it, aren't we? We're back into peer pressure. You cannot say that this is not true. They're upset about changes to the status quo of One Direction. Point, please.
No. We're putting ourselves on the line and saying they're specifically upset that Zayn Malik left the band.
Yes.
That was I.
That's our answer.
I've deliberately got the next question wrong to help you out. I can't believe this.
I've bitten the hand that feeds me, haven't I?
Yes. All right, well, I'll say it now. It was Zayn. It's because Zayn is leaving. There we are.
David?
Yes, it's because Zayn is leaving One Direction.
Who's Zayn?
Zayn Malik.
What instrument did Zayn play?
The harpsichord.
The problem is...
Well, I think we've already covered One Direction now. OK, points all round there.
Points all round.
Oh.
Next up, you heard Jon Snow reporting on one of the biggest songs of the year. What did you think it was? Over to David Mitchell for the answer.
We deliberately didn't give the answer in order to make the previous round retrospectively fair on Richard and Greg.
I heart Jon Snow. What did you go for?
I went for Adele. We knew it was wrong. We didn't care. What are you going to do about it, Jimmy? Make me write it again? I don't think so. There's a new boss on this show.
If you built trust
Too late for a comeback. Let's move on.
Deal. OK, Richard, Greg, what did you put?
The Drake song where he dances in various unfurnished white rooms.
That is the right answer.
Oh,
That's it. They got a point. We're back. We're back. Isn't this a lovely metaphor for a dystopian society that's got its act together? As a society, we said, hang on a minute, this isn't right.
Yeah.
Did we complain about it? Well, we did. But then we put you, the government, in this instance, out of the equation. We said, let's fix it between us.
Rob, you didn't know the song.
Wouldn't it be lovely if Britain...
Drake's... Sorry, you were going to write down Drake Hotline Bling, were you? You
I
were
was
about
going
to
to
write
write
that down,
direct line, 24-hour insurance is what I was going.
Let's take a look at Jon Snow.
I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. Ever since I left the city, you and me, we just don't
Yeah, it was, of course, Drake's Hotline Bling. I asked you what title Kanye West gave himself while on stage in Glastonbury this year.
I could tell you the title I gave him. No, I won't. Because I'm not allowed to say it on the telly.
He said he was the biggest rock and roll star in the world.
What did you put for this one, David?
Greatest pop star in the world. We also know that the BBC had to put up subtitles for the very rude words, and there was a lot of Mother Ducker, which we liked.
What did you go for, Richard and Greg?
Well, to get the point, we said he was the biggest rock star in the world, but Richard also suggested that he was vulnerable, vibrant at times.
And vulnerable, vibrant, and at times hostile when stressed.
think everyone got that right, pretty much. Let's take a look at his staggering claim at Glastonbury. Here he's performing under a massive lighting rig.
I'm gonna say it tonight. You are now watching the greatest living rock star on the planet!
If you really make it big in music, I imagine you can get someone to do your own intro for you. You know, get someone off stage to go, now the greatest rock star in the world. But he's obviously a bit short of money, so he's going, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest rock star in the world. Hello, it's me.
Guess who?
So, our next answer, Rita Ora asked you how Enrique Iglesias ended up in hospital. What did you think?
Well, we knew this. There was a drone, one of these drone cameras. He reached up and, of course, the blade sliced quite literally through the skin of his hands, and it was bedlam. He reached down to his white T-shirt, because he looks great in white T-shirts, wrapped his hand, we went, oh, in hell, and he ran off into the wings. And that is a point.
That was a white T-shirt.
That was white before the accident, yes.
We said he played with the drone and his finger... well, not chopped off. That's when we slightly exaggerated, because I think it was just slightly owie.
It was a bit owie is actually the technical medical term.
He rendered his hand owie.
What did you guys think?
We thought he grabbed a drone as well.
Yeah.
And in this day and age, how lovely to see a drone hitting entirely the correct target.
Nice. Yes, that's exactly what happened. He reached up to grab a drone with a camera on it and hurt his hand. And then he drew a heart with the blood on his T-shirt.
Really?
You know, yeah, there he is. Like a maniac.
Oh, my word. Looks like Sylvester Stallone there.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Well, you all got that. Points all round.
Yeah.
Finally, I asked you what Jay-Z's music streaming service that was going to revolutionise music was called. What did you think?
Tidal. They wanted to make one which wasn't free because they don't have, collectively, enough money.
Richard, Greg, what did you think?
We thought it was called Tidal.
Yeah, and Rob, Joe?
Tidal Tunes.
Tidal Tunes.
If you don't give us a point just because we tried to add to the entertainment of the evening, then more fool you, Jimmy, more fool you.
Points all round.
Thank you.
OK, let's see what that's done to the scores. Rob and Joe have 9, Richard and Greg have 9, Claudia and David have 9.
Yeah.